Oh my god. Naoya Inoue is overlooking MJ Akhmadaliev. He has officially signed to fight Alan Picasso. December 27th, that has been signed for. Yeah, look, David Picasso is gonna be a tough fight for Inoue if it happens. I'm not sure if he's got the power for it, but he's got a good style which can cause problems. Will he win? No. But Inoue needs to fight MJ Akhmadaliev, and this is the toughest challenge in the division. You can't be talking about, Alan Picasso and suddenly forget all about MJ Akhmadaliev. You can't do that. You can't do that. Do not overlook Uzbek power. You can't. You can't, otherwise you are in big, big, big trouble. If you're fighting MJ Akhmadaliev, you do not want to sign to face somebody else. And this is not aged well very recently in boxing. When fights have been signed, then the guy who signed to fight someone else ends up losing their fight. And MJ Akhmadaliev is dangerous for Inoue. He's got the power to drop him. He's got the style to try and catch him, just like Inoue and Cardenas were able to do it. MJ can follow up, and MJ's, more skilled than both what Neri and Cardenas are. He is. You can't overlook MJ Akhmadaliev. You can't sign to fight somebody else. And look, I like Inoue. In my opinion, he's probably the most entertaining fighter in boxing right now. Definitely. My point is, you can't overlook MJ. It's a massive, massive risk. And, I like MJ as well. I like both Inoue and MJ. And, I think it's a real shame that Inoue has done this, because there's been zero promotion for Inoue versus MJ. No promotion for it whatsoever. There's probably many people out there who don't even know that this fight is happening next Sunday. Yes, this fight is next Sunday, and we're getting nothing on it at all. And today, a week and a half before the fight, 10 days before, Inoue signed to fight somebody else. He signed to fight somebody else. That shows us zero hype around this. Inoue's probably not even hyped for it for some reason, even though MJ's the toughest challenger who he's going to fight. In my opinion, this is the toughest fight of Naoya Inoue's career. And this is not a good look that he is signed to fight another contender in the division. December 27th, date's all set. It's probably going to get announced the moment after the MJ fight, if Inoue can win, because this might not age well for him very well at all. It's all right when you're trying to do it against, John Yakim or whatever his name was. But, doing it before you're about to fight MJ, it's dangerous, dangerous stuff. And it's disrespectful when MJ is not going to take that lightly, and I feel like we all know that. I hope this gets brought up. I hope it gets brought up in the build-up, if there is actually going to be one. It needs to be spoken about more, because this, in my opinion, shouldn't happen. I feel like it's got to stop, because we've seen this happen too much. We've seen this happen too much, where fighters sign to fight someone else. They've got a fight coming up in about a week's time. Then they lose and it doesn't happen. But it's just outright just disrespectful to the opponent. It is. And I also feel like it's something which just in ways can dead a hype to a fight. It's not like, the Garcia Rowley one where, it's like the Haney one there. Obviously that was signed and it backfired. But there was a hype to that because of that fight. But overlooking MJ to fight Picasso, it's different. It's different. Because MJ is the second best in the division. So it's like, why you've already signed to fight someone else after like the second best guy in the bloody division? That makes no sense to me at all. That makes no sense to me at all. But MJ's dangerous. MJ's dangerous, and you don't want... This is a really risky fight for Inoue. A really risky fight. And it's not like, look, it's not like Inoue's not gone through any adversity recently in his fights. Got dropped by Inoue, got dropped by Akhmadaliev. Yes, he came back and absolutely battered them. But he's been through adversity in those fights. And, someone like MJ is going to be able to put Inoue through adversity. He will. It's going to be very, very, very difficult for Naoya Inoue to win this fight against MJ Akhmadaliev. It's going to be very difficult. The last thing he needs to do right now is try and, be signing off to fight other people. You can't be doing that. It shouldn't be allowed. It should be a rule in boxing. It shouldn't be allowed. You never see this thing happen in MMA. You never see it happen in MMA. It's just so weird that we've had no promotion for MJ and Inoue, but then the promotion we actually get is having to come on here and moan and complain that Inoue is signed to fight somebody else already. After this fight with MJ, a week before it's happening. That's the promotion we've got. That is something which has got me trying to talk about this fight again and many others. People might see that Inoue signing to fight Picasso. Probably don't even know that the MJ fight's happening because no one has said anything about it. And yeah, they might think, oh yeah, Inoue's just out in another 3 months till we get to see Inoue again. But no, he's fighting next Sunday against the toughest contender in the division. Yeah, no, there's many things to complain about here. No promotion for MJ. And Inoue doesn't... I don't even think he sees MJ as a threat. This is the definition of overlooking an opponent. It is the definition of it. You can't overlook MJ Akhmadaliev. It is a risk. I know my prediction could be interesting now because there's always a jinx when it comes to these things. In ways it makes things interesting. I was always unsure on it, to be honest with you, this fight. But now, this could be interesting. It might have made this fight even more interesting. I don't know. Let's wait and see. But yeah, it's strange stuff that this is allowed to happen. Fighters signing, but well, they've got a fight next week, but it is what it is. Finally, it's got us speaking about, this fight with MJ. So let's see what happens from now.